It's Friday. Welcome to the F Effect. I am your lovely co-host, Sade. And of course you have...
Hilary, hey!
Hey. So
What's up, y'all?
What's up? What's up, world?
What's up, world? Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Last Friday of the month. Women's Month.
Last Friday of the month.
Yes.
Women's Month.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot going on. And so I want to say before we get into football, it just dawned on me that, I want to give a shout out and prayers going out to our Boulder community. We are here in Colorado, and earlier this week there was a mass shooting where 10 individuals lost their life due to just recklessness. Of course, there needs to be gun violence, gun control, and so we just wanted to take a minute and send our condolences to the families, friends, and to the Boulder community who were affected by such a malicious and crime.
Yeah,
so, horrific. I'm over it. I'm overseeing killings by guns, and so we just want to go ahead and just take a minute and just send our condolences to the families and to the community that was affected by such a horrific crime. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So, yeah, and, just to jump on it, like, I know we're definitely going to get into sports, but, just the constant, like, it's crazy. There was a mass shooting, here in Colorado, several, right?
Yeah.
From the Columbine to the Aurora movie theater, and now here in Boulder. So we've definitely got to do something to tighten regulations when it comes to gun control. Clearly, there's a problem everywhere, but in the state of Colorado, it's really a huge problem. So again, just to ditto everything you said, our hearts go out to the families. And some of y'all might get mad, but my prayers go up to the actual shooter as well, because, while violence is never a way out, mental health is a real thing. And so definitely prayers up. Hopefully we can get some changes coming quick. I know Biden was really talking a lot. I know this sparked some conversation and legislation and all of that, but I feel like it sparked a lot of conversations before, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Nobody wants to give up their guns.
Nobody.
But I think it's the type of weapon that people have an issue with. Is they are rifles that are, you get hit by an AR rifle, chances of living are slim. And so I know they were talking about expanding universal background checks. This gentleman who did the shooting, he passed the background check.
Background check. I saw the guy.
He was being investigated by the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is what's crazy. Like him and somebody else were being investigated. And so if you got a
like 21, right? The guy was young.
Mm-hmm. So if something doesn't look right, y'all just got to turn people in.
Trust your gut. Trust your gut. And it shouldn't be about the money, because I'm sure, I do know that the seller said that, yes, he passed everything, but if you had a little feeling that something was off, then don't sell the gun. And so, it's unfortunate, but we really, really, again, prayers, love, all out to the Boulder community. Like, it's tough and it sucks, guys. Yuck. And then it's like your experience, because that was in a King Super, right? Which is just a normal walk-in grocery store, something that we do all the time, just make a quick run to the grocery store. So
I'm traumatized.
Hell, you
I don't even know you talking about, and you just talking about the grocery store. Can we take it back to the shooter who was driving around in the car in the 90s, black guy?
Oh, don't bring that back. The DC sniper?
DC sniper.
That was a brother, right?
Yeah, it was a brother. And I think at that time, I'm like, it ain't a black person.
We all
It's not black.
It's not.
And then when he came out to be black, I was like, what?
We were shocked.
Black?
We were shocked.
But it does remind me, like, we ain't safe to go anywhere.
Nowhere.
Like, I can't go to a store. I can't go to a movie. I mean, what?
School.
You can't go to school.
Yeah, and you
go on a walk, you're getting sniped. What the hell? Why?
Station, you
Take
getting
your
shot.
out. Kill your own self before you know. If you gotta think about wanting to take somebody else's life, go ahead and take yours. I don't even want to say do it, but if you gotta pull the trigger, pull it on yourself. Don't take out innocent people. I'm sick of it.
I blame a lot of things. Mental health is one, but like for this young man, I'm not gonna say it. I also blame video games. In COVID, you sitting at home playing Call of Duties and all these games. Yeah, I feel like you have to think if that is what people are locking themselves in and doing, then you get the urge to want to go out and truly try it. Now, I'm not saying going back to DC Sniper, but I do think there's a lot of things that we have to look at differently when it comes to how people and why people are, resulting to gun violence. So, yeah. Well, enough of that. Ugh, guns. We just keep them away.
I'm gonna get me one though.
We keep a couple on deck, but I'm saying, I don't want to ever have to use it. But the way things are going, you're right. You gotta have a gun because people got guns. You gotta be able to offset that. But
reminds me, I know we going somewhere else. Have you seen the movie Unhinged?
It sounds familiar.
Oh
Unhinged.
my gosh!
Is it about guns?
No, it's about road rage and why you might need to keep a gun.
Road rage is a real
story. I was talking to a homeboy, and he said there was a guy who was road raging with him this week, and he said he jumped out, got out of his car, walked up to the guy's truck with his hand behind his back. And my friend luckily had a gun. And he said, I couldn't pull that gun up and cock it so quick to be like, listen, you come any step to this car, it's going to be a problem. And he said, and at that time, that guy put his hands up and backed up. That happened here in Denver. Y'all.
Wow. And that's where it's going.
And so I mean, you've had a run-in. Go ahead and give them your little run-in. You better stop it out here.
And this was strictly at me at the gas station, folks, trying to grab me a little Sprite. And I hear somebody slanging the N-word. Now, I probably could have just been like, okay. But you're not going to just be not black and just keep slanging it. So I politely said, hey, do you mind just not using that word? And that person met me outside with a gun. And it was just like, I was at all.
She learned that day.
I learned that day. I said, that's where we're going? I had to have a real, are we taking it to a level where we can't be two adults and have a conversation? I can't express how I feel to you. And the person was like, no, don't talk to me. I got this gun. You say another word to me, I'm going to shoot you.
But did you think that it was, but didn't you think he was like a man, a girl, but he came out was a man?
It was a transsexual. Transgender.
What's transsexual?
What is
transsexual?
Yeah, transsexual.
Can y'all fact that? Is there?
There's definitely transsexual and transgender. Transgender means you change your gender.
Transsexual is what? Y'all, someone give me what transsexual is. I'm sorry if I don't know.
Do you go between sex? Did I put that together? Is it like... I don't know. I might have made that up.
It's a term, but
I don't know. But that was the thing. I did think I was going back and forth with a girl. So I'm like, I'll handle her. She better get out of here. I get out there. That soft voice became, what you want? I was like, oh, no. Y'all, this is live and in living color. Things happen.
It did.
Shout out to the crew. Take care of that. We appreciate it. So yeah, be careful. And people, are losing it, and guns are definitely becoming more of a go-to than just old school having a little, word or nobody want to get they church clothes dirty no more. People don't fight no more. It ain't that's no such thing. Ain't nobody knuckling up. It's all about guns. Even when we talk beyond mash.
Woo! Strike. And three. And 4.
Yeah, we gonna take a quick break. We be right back.
Good night. And this is Robbie the Rockets. And we are here at Game Point Sports on the Yard Network. Join us at
Tuesdays and Fridays, 5-ish. Let's do it. Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. Hey y'all, I'm Drea.
I'm Tay.
And I'm Julia. This is Water Me Sis. Watery Sis is a live podcast on our network where we talk about everything from educational to spicy, and we uplift each other.
Make sure you catch us every Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
See you there.
My name is Haroon.
I'm John.
I'm Rashad.
And I'm Brandon.
Welcome to Kingdom Culture Godcast.
Where we talk about kingdom, the Torah, his people, and the land.
You can check us out every Friday on the AHRR network. We don't do this for the culture, we do it for the kingdom. Shalom.
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 Welcome back, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Is it Friday the 13th?
It ain't Friday the 13th.
Okay. You know, things get a little spooky around here. We get some little extra stuff.
But
But listen,
some extraterrestrial was moving cameras.
but this is live and in living color, and so we appreciate y'all joining us back. So let's get right back into it.
Can I say we were testing our faith? We said, faith, move that.
Move that light. And that light move. That's just how faith works, y'all.
That's how it works.
But yeah, let's get back into it. I know we just kind of got off the, gun control. Shall we talk some?
Yeah, I want to go into it. Hillary, you came up to it talking about, we are wrapping up Women's Month before we even go into football.
Okay.
I just want to talk about, so a few weeks ago, Dwayne Wade's son, who recently, he's transgender.
This is where we going.
He's transgender. Okay. And so she had the luxury to interview Michelle Obama, right?
For Women's Month.
For Women's Month. And so, as though some thought it was like, yeah, this is great. Others was like, wait a minute. Let me tell y'all something. There was a comment that said, science is science, man.
Where are you going?
Or your natural makeup is your natural makeup. However you want to call it. And so there was a person that said, regardless of it, he was born a boy. Regardless if he thinks he's a girl, that's your belief. Okay. But where I'm going with it at is, could there have been any other little girl out there that could have been worthy to do that interview for Michelle Obama? And have we just looked past things to where we just allow even black privilege? We don't talk about black privilege
because there's definitely black privilege.
To put this little boy, girl, in the place to do this interview. And I just think of, I see where you're coming from, but then I don't. We celebrate Transgender Month. There is a whole month, Gay Pride Month, that we allow that to happen. And so right now, I just feel like we're intermingling. We're intermingling, and I know it's a touchy situation. I'm definitely not judging, but I see where both sides were coming from, and you can't be mad, and it's people's opinion. It's people's opinion.
Listen, if that's what we're saying, and this is my opinion, it's my opinion, y'all. Y'all can't get mad at me. I'm not with it. He should not have been doing the interview. I'm sorry. She should not. It should not have been doing the interview, because I am totally with you. As we celebrate women, I'm not saying that he can't live his life as a woman now and he can't make that decision. But for me, when we're talking, like you said, the science, I do believe there are tons of other young ladies. Where's my girl from Blackish? The young lady that just did the poem during the inauguration. Like, again, it is a privilege thing, one, but it is also like, we gotta stop.
Here's my thing. Black History Month is Black History Month. Women's Month is Women's Month. Gay Rights Month is
let's celebrate it all day, every day. But I do feel you, when you have such that huge opportunity, are we selective in who we choose, to pick to conduct that interview? Now, again, y'all, we got to just tell it how it is. We talk it all, whether it's what we say, we just put what's out there. Some will be like, how dare you, Hillary, bring that up? But I'm still going to bring it up. I mean, the foolery is, a lot of people have said, and there was rumors about Michelle Obama, right?
What
Don't do that. Don't put me out here like I'm putting you on something, because then I'm really going to feel bad.
But I thought that was a Trump rumor. And tell them what the rumor is. What was the rumor, Fred? I thought that was a Trump making some stuff up.
Listen, there's some radicals out there. There's some people going by pharaohs that sit in front of
better
walls.
not be no pharaoh sort of talk. You been talking to Jers?
I'm just saying, if you go and Google it, that there is some that say Michelle used to be Michael. I'm not saying that's it, right, folks. I don't believe it. I don't agree with it. But there are some that try and imply that Michelle was at one point Michael. And I'm just saying, when we talk about this story,
what if Michelle was a hermaphrodite? Does she get a pass if she was just born with both pieces?
Ooh,
does she get a pass?
Is that a thing? Does that happen?
I think Colorado has the most hermaphrodites in the country right here because we do the #1 sex changes right here in the state. 100%.
Had no idea of that.
I mean, Michael might got a pass. If Michelle was born with Michael parts, then Michelle got an option to choose who she wants to be.
Michael parts.
No,
I think Michelle is Michelle, but it's just weird. It's ironic when we put this story together. You got somebody interviewing you that used to be. Yeah, I know we went someplace all the way crazy. But yeah, that was a story. But it still doesn't take away that it is. If she was a phenomenal woman to interview. Again, I'm with you. I think the interviewer could have been selected.
Could have been anybody else. It could have been her, but it could have been anybody. Give any other little girl an opportunity to shine, and they missed that opportunity. So
unfortunate. All right, can we get into some sports now? Can we talk a little bit of football?
Sure. What's going on in football?
In football, well, first and foremost, in Chiefs news, shout out to my quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who has made a multi-year commitment to the HBCU Legacy Bowl.
Shot out, huge, big.
Huge.
Keep it going.
So HBCUs, historically black colleges or universities, their Legacy Bowl is like a postseason all-star game. And so it allows, all eligible draft prospects to come and really show up and show out. He has committed to, like I said, multi-year commitment to this Legacy Bowl to ensuring that it stays on. So, I think it's just huge to show when we see players pouring in and supporting HBCUs because they do need all the support. So, big ups to Patrick Mahomes. He's just a stellar ass guy, ain't he? He's just stellar. He's just a stand up, overall good guy. And not just because he's Chiefs quarterback, but he really is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was a huge thing in Chiefs news.
But I just want to say that's just been a wave of players that have been supporting HBCUs, and about time because a lot of money goes to these D1 schools and not HBCUs. So keep it going.
Yep.
We're seeing a lot of top college recruits from basketball
that are just starting to
say HBCUs. I think we have the recent one, Mikey Williams, top.
Yep. He was a top.
He's
recruit.
made it very clear he's considering looking at 5 HBCUs. So, keep paving the way.
I think it's great.
That's when I give Patrick some love on that one. Only there. I give you love for this HBCU thing you're doing. Only there, though. Legacy Bowl. Only there. That's it.
Haters gonna hate y'all.
For sure.
I appreciate you wearing the crown.
This is what it is.
So yeah, that was a big thing. There's not too much happening with Chiefs. We're still, rebuilding, doing some trade moves. We just re-signed one of our old wide receivers to a 1-year contract. Definitely built up that O-line, but we just in the kitchen cooking.
There was some other news. She gonna try to tell me for what? Y'all know. Let me tell you how she do me off camera. No, let me tell you how she do me. Okay, it's some news. Sammy Watkins got traded. Free agency, got picked up by Baltimore Ravens. 1-year contract, $6 million. Nice little money. Okay. She gonna look at me and be like, and why is that news, you guys?
Yo, listen. I'm not knocking Samuelson.
This is.
That's with
why
Sammy.
Is it? You want to talk about Mahomes, but you don't want to talk about Sammy?
I just asked, is he a star? He did.
Were you not
Sammy,
swinging
when he played for the Chiefs? I don't know how big of a deal he gonna be, but okay. Shout out to Sammy going to Baltimore. We see you. We see you, S-Dub. We see you. But it's been a lot going on with trades, and I'll be very honest, like most, I want to get to the meat and potatoes. I'm all in when the game is going on. It's a lot happening in the trades, like trading, and so it's been hard to keep up. But I have seen there was a lot of talk today. There's been like some multi-trades with, I think, like the Dolphins and the Eagles, and how that all is getting crazy, and how it can overall affect, all the teams based on like prospects that are coming in, and then now where they'll be when it comes to the trade, if they have like the number 2 or the number 3. So I look at this part, but I just wait till it's all over and done and be like, okay, who's who? Who's where? What the teams look like? Let's get it going. So yeah, to all of our viewers out there who are all wrapped up into the trades, you're not gonna get that here. We're not gonna really get deep into that. But
because can't they like some trades is like going out into year 2025? We done traded our 7th round pick
we traded our pick.
We ain't there just yet.
So now we can have 3 first draft picks. Yeah, I'm like, okay, now y'all getting just too much, just getting too diluted. Just tell me who's on what team and where they land. That's the kind of the gal I am. So, but shout out, I know the NFL trade is going on, and all of those, unknowns.
What's going on with Russell?
Man, another one.
What's going on with Russell? Because I feel like he's here. He ain't here. He's undecided. I'm coming. I ain't going.
I'm starting to think Russ bluffed us. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we got bluffed, folks. I feel like that his agent put that little spark out in the atmosphere just to stir up some conversation and get people woo. The latest I heard that he is still in Seattle. His agent then came back and said Russ has let them know he wants to stay. And by Russ, I always talk about Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. His agent came back and said, no, Russell wants to stay here. But then, like, as early as, like, even yesterday, I was seeing, well, Chicago might still take him and now get rid of Andy Dalton. Like, so it's all up in here. I really think we're being bluffed, and it's just a whole bunch of talk for Russell to get what he needs to be a champ. I think they need to build some things around him. It's some players. I think it's the team element and building around him. And so I think there are some things that they're looking for to happen for Russell to be, even better than he is, and to ultimately get a ring. But right now I'm really feeling some bluffing. But who knows? It might be the midnight hour, breaking news.
He's a Bronco quarterback.
If you don't knock it off.
No, I think he's out.
If you don't knock it off. Who is your quarterback? And I'm not trying to be funny. My memory, remind me, is it still Luck? Y'all didn't do no trading or anything.
No, we're getting a new quarterback.
Oh, that's
a
guarantee.
That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. But we did sign Justin Simmons. We re-signed him for free agency to a $61 million contract.
61 mil for how many years?
4 years.
Okay. What guarantee?
$61 million contract. So he showed his ass off last year, and the year before that he was with the Walter.
Peyton Walter, whatever.
Walter Payton, yeah.
We like one of those. Peyton Walter. Recipients, yeah.
So no, I'm
for what
excited.
He does on and off the court.
On and off the court, he is definitely a true champion. We're still in our rebuilding stages, so we have a couple of years to get out of this hole that we're in, because we are in a hole. But I'm optimistic.
Me too.
Thank you. We're coming to give you some competition that you asked for.
We need it. We want it. We don't want the road to just be easy. We need that. So that when we get to the Super Bowl, we can we've been prepared because we played challenging teams,
Or they played y'all.
I mean,
they got.
Hey, what you want to say? Is however you want to say it.
However you want to see. Y'all got to play.
Another big thing happening in the NFL, so the vaccinations are around, but they were saying that they are not going to require players to get vaccinated. They would hope that players do, but I think you and I have talked about it. Here's where it gets tricky.
Where does it get tricky?
You don't got to take it, but those who take the vaccination will have special privileges.
What is special privilege? What is that?
You know, when I hear special privilege, I think of things like they'll be able to practice in person. They'll be able to maybe, you know, it won't be, I'm not saying, I don't think NFL ever had like tight curfews and things, but all that you can't be around and you can't go to all of these social gatherings. Well, if you're vaccinated, you might get to do those things.
So I wonder if we reach this 75%, 80% herd immunity that they're talking about. Will it even matter then if I'm vaccinated or if you're vaccinated, if half of the world is at herd immunity? Or are you still going to treat us like we a dog on the street?
That's a good question.
Because, I mean, when I hear stuff from Dr. Fauci, who is encouraging restaurants to participate in vaccination days.
What?
Yes.
Vaccination days at the restaurant?
Well, not vaccinate, like to participate in patrons. So what they're saying is opening up the restaurants for those who have only been vaccinated. That's what he said. It was on national TV, y'all. He's saying we are encouraging restaurants to go ahead and open up restaurants and just say, like, have days where it's only for those who have been fully vaccinated.
See, you starting to play with that's starting to
national
get
TV. It was said.
I mean, that's gonna start to be like the you in or you out, right? Like if you got the vaccination, you could do all these things, but if you don't,
you can't. You can't.
So then, if they do it like that, then why are we just not making it mandatory then, right? Like. Because then it's like you telling me I can't live life and do these things because I'm not vaccinated.
But I feel states can mandate it. So that's the tricky. Employers can mandate it.
NFL said they're not doing it, folks.
NFL not. But, you know, let's say you were a teacher in a school district.
True.
You know, that school district can mandate it.
That's very true.
That's the craziest thing. And so, but don't treat me like I'm the red-headed stepchild. Don't.
You're not vaccinated. Go over there
in the corner.
Sit your ass in the corner. Turn around. Don't breathe on us. Don't talk to us.
So I'm just curious to say, like, what are those special privileges going to be for those players who have been vaccinated?
And if those special privileges are going to be so special that it's going to make a person not vaccinated, be like, let me go on to get this vaccination. So it's like a roundabout way of saying y'all need to get vaccinated, right? Because if I'm a player and I see the homies get to be out and all that, I'll be like, let me go ahead. You know, I'm not going to just be sitting in my hotel room, but.
Or maybe I will.
Or maybe I will. But I think it's dope that right now they're saying that we're not requiring it. So they are giving players the choice. But we'll see. That could definitely change.
And y'all, it ain't just a black person thing, like where we're not getting vaccinated. It's also a Republican thing. We put it up there. And so, it's not us controlling this. So you better get your white counterpartners on board.
Because it's a lot of them that's like, hell no, we ain't getting it either. So,
yeah.
Man, let's talk about your boy.
Who we talking about?
You like to call him
Deshaun
Watson. Oh, this story, I mean, it sickens me. Because I'm such a fan of Deshaun, right?
You know what this story tells me? Everybody got something. It's something. There's some bad something. There's some good something.
And there's some questionable
somethings. There's just some somethings that people are living with. The skeletons in the closet. That's just being exposed. I say 2021 is the year of the skeletons are coming out. So
it's coming out. So the story we're speaking about is quarterback, Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has recently, in the past few weeks, been hit with several lawsuits. I believe someone said that there's about 24 cases, but only 16 lawsuits have been filed for inappropriate conduct and sexual misconduct, sexual assault. Where do we begin here? First of all, Deshaun, brother, if you just happen to be looking at this, somebody you know looking at it, I want you to know that our prayers are with you. Good, bad, or in between. The battle you were about to. Well, the battle he's about to. Listen, this ain't gonna be easy, and it's always until. I mean, you're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. I stand by that, and not just him, but with anyone. And so I do want to say, like, I am a fan of Deshaun. I hate to hear these things, but you know, fight your good fight, brother. Like, if you're innocent, prove your innocence, and hopefully everyone will forgive. We won't forget, because we don't never forget, but Maybe.
Is he saying that he's
You'd be
innocent though?
forgiven.
Is that what he's
Yes.
saying? That he's never
100%
did anything to these girls?
100%. He has not died. He has said it, but indirectly it has come through like his representatives, his branding, his marketing and branding person, his all the people that are speaking for him. And it is, these allegations are 100% false. These women have all willingly participated in this. So yeah, I've not heard someone may have took this out of.
So two things I'm going to say. Either he's really egotistical by not covering his tracks, or the women by not covering his tracks.
What is that?
I think
Talk
this
to me.
goes back
How do you
to
cover
like
your
one of the
tracks here?
comments today is, nigga, why are you being sloppy by messing with 25 different women? Right?
Well, if it's true and has this narcissistic thought,
So
we
you
know.
egotistical.
Yeah, we
That you
know.
ain't even smart enough to cover your tracks.
Sociopaths, they have this thing of controlling and multiple women, and that's why I'm saying, like, in the same breath that I'm like, shout out to you, Deshaun, there is, you always, when you look at numbers, like large numbers and large amounts, you really start to be like, now, is all of them lying? Because I felt like that with Bill Cosby.
Let me tell y'all, man, come on, friend. We know. We got 16 women who have come forward. 16 different women, different states, different scenarios, different times.
Let's be clear now.
Different times. So we would think that all 16.
Let's give some facts here.
All 16, 25 or more.
20-something.
Are telling a lie? I doubt it. There's some truth somewhere. There's some truth
There's
in
some
there,
truth
y'all.
to the point that I believe that he gets happy endings with his during his massage sessions.
So then he's
that I'm
wrong.
not knocking. But getting a happy ending, if it's consensual, doesn't mean that I should be getting accused of something else. Now, I think a fact needs to be stated, and nothing against Instagram or nothing, but a lot of these individuals came from Instagram, right? So there was some talk that started in some DMs, right?
Yep.
One of the situations, actually, the first lady that came out, it was saying that his team said, she actually said, yo, give me 30,000. I want 30,000 to keep quiet about what we had, our exchange. And because that amount didn't come and they were like, whatever, that she chose to now ramp up this story and get a lot of people involved. So I just wanted to say some facts that it's possible today to rally up a crew and plot and plan. Basically, when you have social media, an easy way to contact other individuals. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just trying to give both sides and be the devil's advocate.
He was messy. But I do hear you. But I do hear you on the other side. If there was some communication prior to, and you know who you're dealing with, then you know why you were being called. In certain situations. So if you know why you're being called, because we can use that same scenario with Tiny and T.I. If you know that they wanted to take you back, if you've been invited back to the hotel room at the wee hours of the night,
you know what the hell's going down.
You know what to expect when you walk through those doors. And if you are not ready to walk through those doors, don't do it. Don't do it. So I feel like half of these women knew what they were getting into. Yeah. And some of them didn't. Just got a surprise and said, oh, shoot, he a freak.
Got a surprise. And that's the thing, like, it's not cool. It's not cool to take advantage of anyone, women, nothing, especially when they're, in a zone, just trying to perform their job. Because I'm with you. Why you got so many? Masseuses, you just trying everybody that's like, oh.
Or you be like, listen, Robert Kraft. And you go ahead and just go. So Robert Kraft, the owners of the New England Patriots, don't forget, you guys, he was caught in the 2019 sex scandal for getting a happy massage.
Happy endings.
Happy ending in a sex parlor. And this was an actual real sex parlor. But guess what? Robert Kraft got off, y'all.
What happened? Where'd everything, this shit just disappeared, right?
And he went through it. He said, my money. He said, my money talk. Money talk. What charges?
Because his money talked, he walked, folks.
I'm the owner of the New England Patriots.
What?
You want to do what?
They didn't disappear. Where did she go?
But guess what? On Deshaun Watson, they said they about to pull over for roughly 1,500 text messages. So here's another thing. Y'all call me. Deshaun, why ain't you? Why ain't you using, what is it, Instagram? What's the call and feature on Instagram?
Instacall or something,
Instacall or
yeah.
Facebook.
Which I'm sure could still be traceable.
So you can record my conversation? I mean, you can.
People will. That's what I'm saying.
You can. You're
and
right.
that's
You
what
ain't
this
safe
happens.
any kind of way.
This
You
is
ain't
what
safe
happens.
anywhere.
As a celebrity, you have to know who you are. You got to know your power. You got to know that people are scheming. People scheme on regular, everyday folks. So let alone a millionaire. Like, he wasn't smart. And that's why there's a part of me that's like, he was so reckless about this that maybe he is just a
There's some nasty Negroes out here.
like
egotistical,
controlling,
narcissistic, where he can't help it.
He can't help it. He can't help it. Because girl, I think she said, like, you know, she was going in to do the massage and it was all good. She stepped away, and when she came back, he turned over. Mm-hmm. And when he turned over, he, you know, had a woody and forced her to give him oral sex.
You can't force me to do nothing. You get bit down there. I don't.
I hear you.
Force me to do anything.
I hear you.
Okay.
So I guess we will continue to listen and watch and see this story unfold. I just hate because, you know, it's at a time where this man was trying to get traded. Mm-hmm. Now ain't nobody gonna want to take Deshaun Watson.
Someone is, because you know what? We talked about this a few weeks ago about there's somebody who just want to win.
Yeah, they look past all of that.
They're gonna look past his skeletons in his closet. But the reality is, there's a lot of them that got skeletons. So I mean, Deshaun, it's jacked up that you've been exposed.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other people out there that's doing a lot.
Like you said, coaches, owners, all of that. I mean, again, as we talk about Women's Month, I think one reason we celebrate women and we give a month is because often women are pushed down and they are misused and abused. And a lot of men do think women are just throwaway items. And I can treat her how I want to treat her. I can talk to her how I want to talk to her. You know, it is that mentality. I mean, like you said, a few weeks ago, we talked about our once leader of the free will, grab her in her pussy. You know, it is that mentality that as a man, we have rights over women and we can control women, you know, and this may be a situation where he has, and I always go back and say, like, clearly he was treated wrong by some woman in his life. You know, I always think that those are things that maybe he sought love from a woman, whether it was I'm just talking here.
No, you are a product of your environment.
Yeah.
And so tendencies like what if a child is acting out, typically they are acting out because something is causing them to act that way. Right. And no, I believe you.
Yeah, it could have been a girl of his dreams that rejected him. It could have been a mother or a family figure. Like, I don't know, and I'm not trying to make excuses, but I would just say that there are a lot of men in the world that do believe women are second. You stay in your place. Yeah. I run this, and if I want that ass, give me that ass. On demand.
On demand.
On demand.
So on that note, we're going to take an on-demand break.
Yeah.
And we'll be back in 60 seconds, so stay tuned. Don't move. We'll get your drink and then come right back.
Cool.
All right.
Goodnight.
And this is Robbie the Rockets.
And we are here at Game Point Sports on the AHRR Network. Join us at
Tuesdays and Fridays, 5-ish. Let's do it. Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry. Hey y'all, I'm Drea.
I'm Tay.
And I'm Julia.
This is Water Me Sis.
Water Me Sis is a live podcast on our network where we talk about everything from educational to spicy, and we uplift each other.
Make sure you catch us every Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
See you there. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. It is the F Effect, and we talking all things football, foolery, and a little bit of fashion. So let's get to some foolery. I know we just talked sports and football and what's happening, but let's talk some foolery, yo.
Can we start with Derek Jackson?
Derek Jackson?
Yes, so if anybody has been familiar with Derek Jackson, he is been deemed the relationship influencer. Most Negroes, most men say that he is snitch, he is sellout, he's selling out men and their secrets and exposing them. And that's what he's been doing. He's been giving women the game for a while. He's written 2 books, one called A Cheating Man's Heart, Part 1. In Part 2, but this guy has like over 1 million followers. Women primarily, and men hate him. They do. Like when the story broke, I had like 2 men called me like, yeah, that little snitch over there. I'm like, why so much aggression on him?
It's strictly on the street that he tell ladies how to be
how
and what
men
to do
are.
and
like how men
are.
play, like men are cheaters, men do this. If you want to keep your man, you gotta do that keep him from cheating. And guess what? Derek Jackson got caught cheating. And so we get it. Like people have like I get it. But when you out in that realm and you are talking and dealing with women and men regarding relationships, you might not want to cheat there.
You might not want to
cheat in your finances somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't do that either.
I mean, it's a major contradiction, right? It's huge.
Women are hurt.
They've been following him
and
really
listening to him, like, and I think if you take it back to like cult leaders, right? Like they get people so involved and make them feel, and I felt that's what he did. He created this environment for these women to come in and feel, and give them the game. And guess what? He's been the gamer.
Wow. So, and his wife, because he's married, right?
Yeah,
I think I heard this story. His wife. And even she used to go on and she used to say, like, don't be no side girl. And she used to bash individuals. So this story has been something that is unfolded. And I remember I talked to you. You said he was like the Hitch, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's
you ever
like
seen
the
the movie
Hitch. Yeah, from both men and women, but mainly like how women to deal with. Yeah,
how to best deal with your guy. So what, I mean, is he issued an apology? Like, is it, because from what I hear, he cheated and she might be pregnant too or something? Like,
dang, you got all the things.
I feel like I did a little some Googling. Like,
I think he did issue an apology that was lame, half-assed. Think he was, he's saying he's working through some things as a man. Spiritually, he's going through some things, so we need to give him grace. Okay. Because he is. Okay. I guess for me, though, y'all, like at the point of cheating, why not just walk away? Or why not say, hey, and baby, I need a pass. $100,000. Or baby, I don't want to cheat. Maybe as a woman, you might not want your man to come and say, I'm about to step out. But I would probably want you to tell me I'm about to step out. Yeah, stepping out.
100%. Cheating is not cool. But in this situation, don't write no fucking books about cheating. Like, if you're gonna be a cheater, be mindful of what you do and what you put out in the world. This is just a major, like, I think that's why so many people are upset, because you come with the like, psychopath. He's very, very exact. This is what you don't like. If you paint this picture perfect relationship and idea of men don't cheat. I'm an example, and then you cheat. Yeah. Like,
what does this remind you of? Give me the song. Give me the song.
You know about coming out of the closet. Yeah.
Did he say, who else is that? Age ain't nothing but a number. I think that was R. Kelly himself.
No, age
people
is
will let you
y'all.
In. They will give age you a little peek
of who they are. And he wrote the books, right?
He wrote a cheating man's heart, because you out here cheating.
Yeah, how you know how to write from the cheating man's heart?
Right. I hope it's just one girl you done cheated with. There better not be 25 girl coming out. 25 like coming out. Not Trey Songz, like Deshaun Watson.
Yes, that's unfortunate, folks. I think that, it just goes to me to show, like, man, people bluff so much. Everybody is not who they say they are. Your favorite stars, your favorite athletes, your favorite authors and inspirational speakers. Everybody got some shit that's in their closet.
You got an us character. It's that shadow person. You know, us was about who are you? Like outside of the person that we see, who are you deep down? And everybody has a shadow, as they want to say, person. I'm going to say alter ego. You know who you are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And don't just don't believe the hype all the time. Like sometimes the hype is official, right? But there's a lot of times that we got to know people have motives, right? So what you're so excited about, oh, he's giving all of this information. Why? Why is he giving it? Could it be possibly because he wants those panties thrown at him when you see him out and about? Could he be doing that and telling you all of this?
He's so nice because he has shortcomings other places.
That could be it too. That's what I'm saying. There's always, to me, like, I like to find and believe that there's good in people, and there is generally good in most people, but just know everything and everybody is not who they cracked up to be, especially on Instagram and social media. Like, people can make up whoever they want to be there.
Right. Who's the guy that we were talking about earlier this week who's breaking women down? Is it Kevin Samuels? Is it Kevin Samuels? You can't stand. We got to talk about Kevin Samuels since we talking about the new school hitch that then got exposed.
But Kevin Samuels, a little borderline disrespectful, but okay. Yeah.
Egotistical as well.
Yes.
I'm going to say he might be a little narcissistic a little bit. I think Kevin Samuels gets a kick out of reading women. So on the opposite, there is a guru, and I think his name is Kevin Samuels. Who feels like he can read women. Read them, break them down.
And breaks them down. Again, in a disrespectful way sometimes. He will definitely be like he will take a girl and be like, get you, now what? Now stop. Did you think about it? Like, he talks so harshly.
But he made me think. He
bring some points.
He was talking to a chick and was like, wait a minute. So you're telling me there are some times that you make a guy wait 1 week, and then there's sometimes you make a guy wait 90 days? And for what? Why, women? Why? Yep. And she couldn't say nothing. I would have rather her said, listen, the vibe was right on 1 week versus the vibe was, it took a minute for the vibe to get right in 90 days. But he broke her down. She didn't know what she wanted. She looked confused out there.
Yeah. And he will tell you straight up. He'll tell you, no, sister, that ain't it.
You're going to be single.
That's why you don't got a man. Like, girl.
And this is the realest thing. The girl tried to say, like, I'm 1 in a million. And he said, really?
Are you?
What makes you?
He said it's just
you.
Like that.
He goes, what is it? You got $1 million? Oh, okay. You okay.
Humble your ass.
He humbled me, and I wasn't even. He was listen. He goes, your body all right? Oh, okay.
And no, be clear. He didn't say your body all right. He like, I mean, your body's not bang. It ain't the best. It is, but it's better bodies than that. I was like, what's that?
He goes, put it like, what'd he say? Nigga like me, I got options. I don't gotta just take that one or that one or that one. Basically telling her she an option. So don't count yourself as 1 in a million. Or 1 in 8 billion, because you ain't really.
You're just really one. That's pretty much what he said. It hurts.
It does, but he has some truth to some women out here. There's some truth to what he was saying, so I couldn't be like, okay.
Yeah, folks, check him out. That's at Kevin Samuels, IG. I'm not sure what any of his other social media is, but he is like a guru, and he constantly is telling women, again, humbling women, in my opinion, because some of them girls walk out like, okay, bye.
I wouldn't make it.
I wouldn't either, because my mouth's gonna be like the way my mouth set up. Kevin, where your bitch? Show me her. What she look like? Not like that, but
no, like that. I'm over there, you little
Yeah, but it also just makes me think. Everybody think they got the answers. Like, should women be listening to men when it comes to relationship, and should men be listening to women when it comes to relationship? Like, it's always good.
I'm hearing a show coming. I'm hearing on our next, like, really having not the battle of the sexes, but really getting down to like the nitty gritty with men and women.
The nitty gritty, because some of the stuff Kevin talks, I'm like, yeah, and then there's a part of me like, he talking to a girl. He's sitting getting some stuff, some insights from a girl. All of that you can't know. You ain't a woman. Like, you could have many experiences, but you're not a woman. You haven't walked in a woman's shoes, but. I'm just always curious. Like, should we even be listening to men taking advice? I think it's good to get an opinion, but You're not us. You know, it's hard for me to listen to you. Go talk to your brothers. Go motivate them. Go give them some lessons of life, because I feel like it's just hard. And so even with those women, with the situation with the guy getting cheated or cheating, I know a lot of them women are feeling like they have been bamboozled. They really are, because he had a large amount of followers. He had women that was retweeting and reposting things he would say. So yeah, you got bamboozled, ladies. Don't seek advice from him. Seek advice from your sister circle. You did. You like, yeah, that's the best way to go.
Right.
Man, what else is happening, Foolery? There's a lot.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if it's Foolery or we want to talk about, what's going on over there in Georgia.
That shit is straight foolery.
It is Foolery. I don't know if it was news or Foolery.
To, revoke somebody's voting right. I think it is. And that's just crazy. And so for those that do not or might not be aware, Georgia passed new legislation around voting laws. And so I'm going to give you guys just one example of what that means to put it in perspective. For instance, Georgia is requiring that identification for absentee ballots be sent in. So that means this election, 1.3 million individuals voted by absentee. So if you are saying that you are now going to require me to issue or show my ID, that's a problem. And this is why it's a problem, because out of those 1.3 million Georgians who voted, 200,000 of them don't have access to IDs.
Yep.
Let me break it down a little bit more. How many votes did Trump lose Georgia by? I think it was only roughly 11,700 votes. So if we're talking about just 200,000 individuals don't have IDs, that means the state flips back to red. That's just one thing.
Wake up.
Before the bill even got here, they were even talking about excluding the right to go and vote early on Sundays. On Sundays, y'all. They was trying to take the right to vote on Sundays.
Which is the day that most people have off, right? Is the weekend.
Black people vote. Churches
go.
rally and say, hey, y'all, go cast your ballot, leave
After
the
church, we're going to go together.
And go here. Yep. And so Biden came out and basically said, this is an attack on our democracy. This is crazy. And hopefully we'll see Biden make some moves.
But even the little shit, you can't give them water while voters are now.
That's inhumane.
That's inhumane while they're waiting in line, regardless of how long that line is. No one can give them water. How is that even a topic of discussion? Why is that even in there?
Moving drop boxes into a facility to where you have to go into a facility during business hours instead of them being outside for 24 hours. That is crazy. It passed. And with the picture of when the governor signed it was even more horrific, because he had 6 white men. There was not a person of color when he signed it.
Nope.
There was a House representative who was knocking on the door. I don't know if you heard about that.
Really?
At the time of when a black woman, it was 3 House representatives who were knocking on the door saying, why is he trying to do this behind closed door? Do you know that cop said you knock again, your ass is going down? And guess what? She knocked and they handcuffed her. She is facing 2 felony charges.
Stop.
2 felony charges for knocking on the door because this governor was trying to do something very sneaky.
Very sneaky.
And now we got a black woman of the age of 60 plus sitting behind bars facing 2 felony charges. It's ridiculous.
Don't do it. This boils my blood to the extreme. How much more do we have to deal with? How further are they going to go? What more can they do to put us down and to eliminate our voice and our vote? It's like you said, it's inhumane. It just, I'm speechless because I couldn't believe, I thought this was not a real story. I was like, no way. Then I get to flick and I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm like, really? How, Sway? How can something like this be passed? And like you said, in such a sneaky way, nobody else has to sign off, or there's not nobody else lays eyes on this before it is passed through. It's crazy. And it makes me think that what we've already talked about. Trump is going to run again. And all these things are being put in place is to prepare for not only for him to run, but to run and to win.
But let me tell you, we just gonna have to strategize a little bit harder. You put a barrier in place, we'll get over that barrier. But it's jacked up that the country is allowing this to happen. The people are allowing this to happen, right? The same people who said we want to get Biden out, but we want that $1,400 stimulus check is allowing this to happen. And that's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, it's just unreal. And folks, when you have a chance, please, please, please educate yourself. Go check out, find out more information on what is going on over there in Georgia. What was signed, look at the details, and just to be educated. And I'm not saying that it's coming to a city or state near you, but I am saying
it's coming to a city or state near
stay woke. Listen,
she's saying it's coming to a city or state. No, I mean it's. I think across almost every state they have some kind of voter restriction laws that they're trying to put into play. And, you know, they're saying this is like the new Jim Crow 2.0. That's what they're deeming it as.
But like you said, we're resilient. You stop us, you block the door, we coming through the window. You shut the window down, we going on top of the roof. We coming through the chimney. So it ain't tripping. Like, we always find a way to show up and show out. We can't go on Sundays. We're going to go during Wednesday night prayer meeting. Like, we're going to figure it out. Like, I think people will still find a way to show up. And I think this even more pushes us and shows us why it's so important. If y'all going through all of these extremes to stop our votes matter, y'all. Like, this is just a prime example. Like, push us more. We're just going to have to get creative, and we're going to have to stay ahead of the game. So it's unfortunate, but guess it's going to keep us on our toes. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop. What else is happening?
Let me just say this one little thing, because I thought it was funny if you guys... Well, it's not even funny. The Suez Canal is blocked. This is the canal that is near the Egypt border. It's blocked. There is a huge transporter ship who is stuck because of the sand at the bottom. Now, why is this important? You're like, why is this? Because 15% of the world's supplies moves through this canal. And so every ship that has to go around it adds 11 days on to their travel, and it costs boats $800,000 more to move around in 11 days. The fuel that is in this canal that it used for the world, we're about to see again our fuel prices go up. The ship is so big, there is not a cranes that can move it. And so they are working desperately hard to get this ship out. So 15%. Look at it. So with 15% of the world's supplies moves through this canal.
That's huge.
And can't nothing get through it. So it's the 11-day around. It looks crazy. You would think that, like, that's no way that this boat is stuck there. It's stuck. And just like how Texas has affected Americans when it comes to our gas supplies, does everybody notice gas prices are up? It's going, and it's strictly on the mayhem that went in Texas. Yep. And so now we're about to see other products, car products this affects majority of. So I just thought that this was a crazy little story. And so now people are paying attention and saying, we got to get this ship.
Yeah, got to get it moving. World news. World news is important, folks. Stay on the ins and outs. That matters. Well, here's some kind of good news or ending in. It's not really foolery, but I guess it is when you think about it. So New England Patriots, Aaron Held has been called a hero. So he is a reserve player for the Patriots. 3 years, I believe he was drafted in 2019. He's been training in Arizona, and while he was out training, he was doing his thing at a park, and he happened to look over and see a young man assaulting an older woman. Comes to find out, he and another great person ran over, and he knocked the boy off of the woman and pretty much told him, you sit there and you wait until the police come. And that's what that young man did. As they continue, when the police got there, they found out that the woman was actually being sexually assaulted. 71-year-old woman by a 30-year-old boy. And so they're now rating him as a hero. So the sheriff, and they gave him a trophy and acknowledged him. So I just thought that was dope, you know, because often we hear about all the bad stuff that players are doing and all the off-field. You never get to see, like, you know, this man, he don't got no duty. He don't got no civic duty to protect no one. And he said he's a football player, so he's 310 pounds. He said, you know, I'm big, so I have to be careful how aggressive I can get. But when I saw that, I didn't even think. I just acted.
So his superpower is him being big.
Well, that's kind of pretty much what he said. Like, yeah. And so I have a way I can already put fear in people. So, you know, even to make the little boy, because they didn't say it like he said on him or nothing. He just told him, you sit there and wait on the cops. And that's what happened. So shout out to you, Heron Held, for being a real life hero. They said that he was able to meet up with the 71-year-old woman, and she's definitely experienced trauma, as you can imagine. Craziest thing is this was broad daylight. 11 a.m. in the afternoon at a park. I think he quoted, it wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was just clear. So just people don't give
losing
two
it.
F's
They
no more.
losing
Like,
it, y'all.
and I'm like, a 30-year-old attacking a 71-year-old. Age ain't nothing but number, like you just said. But like, so just shout out from him from being, first of all, being at the right place at the right time, but then just being brave enough to, like, you know, stop a potential assault. Like, yeah. I wonder if the Patriots will do something nice for him, you know, representing them to the fullest.
So that brings me, you know, as I said, his superpower is being big. And I know, like, Women's Month. I'm curious, what's your superpower?
What is my superpower? Just as a woman? It is so random.
What would you say I am? And I want to know from all of our women watching and our men, like, if you got a superpower, what is it?
I don't know, Sade. Share me yours. You like, I did that reverse. Like, you thought you were what? I often say, and this may sound so silly because I say it, I live by it, people that know me, I think it's a superpower that we all have, but I really think it's the ability to love, right? My ability to, you know, be compassionate enough, and sometimes, like, let's be clear, I can be a beast, but on the real side, like, I'm very, very, you know, personable and compassionate, and I lead with love. I think that love is the ruler of all things, and as much hate in the world, it can easily be knocked out with just as much love. So I think that's my superpower, to love all, even in hard times, and unconditionally love.
That's a hellified superpower.
Love is real.
Love is real.
To be loved. I have to go there with you.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your superpower?
What is my superpower? I'm a connector, y'all. I was put on this earth to connect with others, which allows me to have, like, this great intuition about people. I'm a connector.
So do you connect with others, or you will connect the dots? Because I feel like you're a little bit of both. I feel like you connect dots, right? Like, here's a dot here, here's a dot there, and you connect that thing. There's a dot over there and a dot over there, and you somehow find a way to connect. And that is a hellified power. I mean, I just definitely diagnosed your power. You can have the other person. You can have both of them. You can have a little bit of both.
I like that. I'm a visionary, man. That's all I'm going to say. My power is I'm a visionary.
So you got multiple powers as well.
I do.
Which is okay, folks, because I believe we all have multiple powers.
I connect and I visionize.
Right. And I mean, just on the strength of women. Like, the women got powers in their own, right? The women powers is,
we already know.
Unreal.
What I wanted to start this was, I had a drink for y'all next week.
I thought you was about to say something totally different. Where's my mom?
P-Power drink.
I thought that's what I thought you was going.
Like, what's your
pussy power?
Yeah, I was going to say
Let's talk about it.
Pussy power. Pussy power drink. Because that's the real power. Women's superpower.
Power in the P.
We hold the number one spot. I wish, argue me down. Say it ain't so. I'm ready.
That is our magical power. That is a power we hold.
Gives life.
And it takes life. No, just playing. Not that, you know. It it can take and consume someone's whole life, right? But yeah. So yeah, share with us, what is your power? What makes you amazing? We all have superpowers, y'all. We just have to tap into them, and we have to know how to use them, right?
Yep.
Like, it's no need in having the power and you don't use it. So tap into your superpower and then start using it to for the better. Just try and use that superpower to change and make some good changes.
Use that pussy for good change. Sorry, use the P power for good change. That's what I heard. You said all of that. Well, that's what I heard. You said all of that, and I think what resonated for me is use the P for good change.
Or whatever power you have. And if that is the power that you possess, you use that.
Should I not hear that right?
Power.
I just made that all that up.
For the greatness of the world.
For the greater cause. For the greater cause.
For the greater
Got
cause.
you. Okay.
You feel me? For sure.
Use it, ladies. Nah.
And that, let's turn to a little bit of fashion.
Please.
So y'all know we always definitely drop a fashion tidbit. So first and foremost, again, we're in the last Friday of March. Spring is here. Do you love spring?
We ain't doing
I was
Mary
all
Poppins.
excited. Like, spring is here. I love the spring. Spring and fall, hands down my fave. But a big part of spring for me is definitely the spring fashion. Like, I'm ready to, that's when you're coming out the winter. Winter is still a little chilly. So you still have to have your little jackets and things. So today, I really wanted to highlight the blazer. So not per se one person, but a style, right? And it's the blazer. I see you in your lovely red blazer.
You see how I got it?
Yeah, with the little sweatsuit.
Got a little sweatsuit.
I saw you. I ain't had time to run to the crib and
sheer.
change, but I would have thrown on a blazer just because of this fashion tidbit. But you look amazing.
Been in this since 9 a.m. Been in here 9 a.m.
You look amazing.
So
I want people to, or I really want to highlight the blazer because the blazer is such a classic, piece of clothing because you can do so much with it, right? Often we think about blazers as you just got to dress up and that's for business and this, but no, the blazer is changing, folks.
Put it on with a sweatsuit.
Put it on with a sweatsuit. Put it on with a sweatshirt. Put it on with a t-shirt. Put it on with a wife or tank top. Put it on with, a half-piece. Put it on with a dress. Shorts. Overalls. Blazers have become the
wear it as a dress. Did you say it's a dress?
Well, you can put it over a dress or you can
just
put it on a button and wear it as a dress.
Get you an oversized blazer with a nice little belt.
And a button. You can throw it over your shoulders. Maybe you don't want to wear the blazers, but it might be a chilly night, so you're just gonna toss it over the little shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, blazer has become, it's almost like, denim. How denim has it's the new thing, right? Jean jacket has been very popular, but blazers, you can do so much with them. And you have your solid color blazer, but blazers are becoming creative. We got talking blazers now, right? Blazers with messages on them. Blazers with graphics on them.
I was like, girl, shut your mouth.
No, like a talking
I got a blazer. You can hit a button and talk.
Nah, but okay. But more like a talking tee blazer, which means it has some kind of message on it, right? You've got...
But ladies, let me tell you how to spice up your blazer. What have we have been so into the emblems.
Yes.
Wearing your name starts with the S, you can wear a lapel pin.
Yes.
Pendants
are becoming...
there we go.
Yeah, pendants are becoming a very much hit thing of how to decorate and customize your blazer. You're right. Jewel it out. I've seen a lot of people that have had, strictly like all kind of like messages from Black Lives Matters and Black is Beautiful. People are putting patches on blazers. So be creative. I'm all about, defining who you are through your creativity, right? And so take a blazer and just play with it. It could be pinstripe. It could be a solid color. It could be a patch blazer. Again, it's endless to the style of how you could wear a blazer. And as the spring comes, it's blazer season, right? Because we're getting away from the heavy coats and things. So now it's time to throw a little blazer on your arm. I keep about 5 blazers in the car just on GP. I got to throw one on, you know. I do, you know, sometimes you gotta flip mode and go into a little quick meeting. And even now, how meetings are changing, that you can just, you know, boss up a t-shirt and some jeans and a little heel and put a blazer on, and
it's my go-to.
You elevate it. It's a go-to. So
some tennis shoes. Yep. And worn heels, and I don't know how long.
Man, heels are fading out. Yeah, because it's all about the wedge and the loaf, right? It's a loafer, it's a tennis shoe and a wedge, you know. It's like, who's doing here? And we in COVID. Nobody even see your feet no more. You straight on Zoom. You just need a blazer and a night shirt, and you good to go. But shout out to the blazer. Again, it is something that is a timeless piece. Make sure y'all got a couple blazers. They don't have to be expensive. You can go to the Goodwill and clean up and find some cold blazers. Definitely make sure you take them home and wash them thoroughly. But definitely make sure that you have a couple blazers in your closet. So that is our fashion tidbit of the day. Hey,
that is it.
You can find your blazer. I love a little red one.
Cute.
Yes.
Cute. Blue.
No. Well,
I think that's it, y'all.
There's another one. That's it. There's another one in the wraps. You said, what's happening?
Like, man, spring break is happening.
Yeah.
It's coming up. Listen, but I just want everybody to be safe.
You saw what's going on in Miami, right, for spring break?
Yeah.
Y'all be careful out there.
Home.
Be careful.
We are still in a COVID environment.
Just
put
be
mask on, mask up.
But young people ain't
wash your hands.
Yeah, young people don't care about that. So that's why it's like, you know, you got to think outside of that. You still got to go home to your mama and your grandma and all of them. So be careful. Have a great spring break. All of those. First of all, do grown people get spring breaks? I had to have a conversation with this. I was getting off a plane. She's like, happy spring break. I was like, who?
She must be a teacher. She must be an educator.
Teachers do get spring break.
Be an educator or something.
I don't know if adult life gets spring breaks.
No,
I mean, you can.
Most of the time, no. Unless you take them with your kids.
With your kids. And then it really ain't no spring break because you got to deal with the kids. So
you are right.
It really ain't a break because you still in full blown mommy daddy mode.
Listen, I'm on spring break, but then when I come back, I'm on really.
You gonna take another break. You gonna take a break from spring break.
I'm gonna take a break from spring break.
I heard that. Well, thank y'all for joining us. It's always love and blessings to have you tune in. Make sure you tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. right here on our network. This is the F Effect. I am your lovely co-host, Hillary. This is my beautiful, beautiful co-host.
Shawty!
Y'all be safe. Be careful. Have an amazing spring break. Happy spring. Happy Friday. Take it easy. Peace.